Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Cindy Brown, and let's queer up South Florida and Florida. Owner of popular Wilton, Tampa, Orlando LGBTQ nightclubs indicted on federal child porn charges. Southern Nights owner Richard Kowalczyk and his partner Eric Patrick, a teacher, were arrested this month under the accusations of transmitting child pornography and conspiring to solicit a minor for sex acts. Kowalczyk is the owner of Southern Nights nightclub with branches in Tampa and Orlando, while Patrick works as a teacher. Southern Nights had a location on Wilton Drive, which is now the Eagle and no longer affiliated with Kowalczyk. Law enforcement discovered an explicit exchange on Telegram between Kowalczyk and a person they were already investigating. The discussion showed both parties sharing child pornography and graphic portrayals of sexual abuse of children as young as 7 years old. In 2019 and 2021, Kowalczyk and Patrick exchanged photos of individuals they matched with on Grindr. Some of these matches are believed to be under 18. The court document said, quote, they both clearly engaged in predatory, deviant sexual behavior towards minors. Their behavior went on for years, demonstrating their acts as intentional. Patrick works as a teacher, a career that provides him access to minors. Accordingly, they pose an extreme danger to minors in society, and their release from custody would be in direct conflict with maintaining community safety, end quote. Kowalczyk and Patrick were arrested this week and are now released. Patrick was charged with the distribution of child pornography, while Kowalczyk was charged with receipt and possession of child pornography. Currently, they are forbidden from having contact with minors aside from their daughter. According to the statement released by the nightclub, Kowalczyk is innocent, but there will be a transfer of ownership and he will be stepping aside from all responsibilities. It also mentions that the branches at both locations have no involvement in the allegations against Kowalczyk. Well, I say throw the book at him. I mean, I have no sympathy for anybody who engages in child pornography, shares it, possesses it. You know, I mean, 7 years old? Are you kidding me? I hope they throw the book at him. I have no sympathy at all for these people.
Yeah, the story is just
disturbing.
So disturbing.
Very
It's
disturbing.
so hard to read it and to hear about it. And the other side of the story, right, is the violence these young people have endured, and that unfortunately we're all going to find out more about in the coming weeks and months. But this is a difficult story.
And these are two really, big institutions for the LGBTQ community, and obviously in spaces where, especially in Orlando, that
Right.
has lost, has experienced a lot of loss, and so these bars, again, the bars have nothing to do with the acts, but
Right.
they are going to become. There's going to be some kind of
Association.
some association or tainting of the name, and that's unfortunate. I mean, obviously they have to change ownership.
Right.
Of course, if you have a liquor license, any kind of you'll lose
Not
your liquor
happening.
license.
Good point.
But it's just again, the whole situation and everything around it is terrible.
And the reality is that a lot of young people who are just coming out, they go to places like bars, even though they're underage, and to think that these guys are preying on them and probably giving them alcohol and drugs or whatever just to engage. I mean, it's just disgusting. Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because we have sex trafficking, we have child
Yes.
pornography that is prevalent in the straight community, right? And then you have this type of situation happen, and then the rhetoric escalates.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, and then now everybody who's LGBTQ is a child molester.
right.
Yeah.
And so the media just blows it all up, and it's really unfortunate. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
sure, they should get what they have coming,
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
But the rhetoric just continues against LGBTQ
And it's not representative
individuals.
of the community.
It's
Absolutely.
not.
You know,
It's
the number of sexual or the percentage of sexual predators in the heterosexual community is, you know,
Overwhelming.
yeah, and
at least.
compared to that number in the gay community.
Right.
The
But,
fact that they
yeah.
were people that were known because they owned some of our gathering places makes it so.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
sympathy for these people. Throw the book at them.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Nobody gets a pass. I don't care. You know,
Hopefully they
people
won't try to
say-
run for state office like some other people in Florida.
Right?
I was just thinking that.
Good point.
Yeah.
That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.